Chapter 8. Thousands.
Sahassampi vaca anattha pada sanghita ekang attha padang seyyo yang sutva upasammati.
Better than 1,000 meaningless statements is one meaningful word, which, having been heard, brings peace.
Sahassampi gatha anattha pada sanghita ekang gatha padang seyyo yang sutva upasammati.
Better than 1,000 meaningless verses is one meaningful line of verse, which, having been heard, brings peace.
Yoca gatha satang bhasi anattha pada sanghita ekang dhamma padang seyyo yang sutva upasammati.
Better than reciting 100 meaningless verses is one line of Dharma, which, having been heard, brings peace.
Yo sahasang sahasina sanggami manusejini ekang ca jaya attanang save sanggama juttamo.
Greater in combat than a person who conquers 1,000 times 1,000 people is the person who conquers herself.
Attahave jitang seyyo yaca yang itera paja atta dantassa pusassa niccang sanyata carino. Neva devo ne gandhabbo ne maro saha brahmana jitang apajitang kaira tatha rupassa jantunu.
Certainly, it is better to conquer oneself than others. For someone who is self-restrained and always lives with mastery, neither a god, a Gandhabba, nor Mara and Brahma together could turn conquest into defeat.
Mase mase sahassena yo yadetha satang samang ekang ca bhavitattanang muhutta mapi pujaye sayeva pujana seyyo yang ke vassa satang hutang.
Better than 1,000 ritual sacrifices offered every month for 100 years is one moment's homage offered to one who has cultivated herself.
Yoce vassa satang jantu agging paricare vani ekang ca bhavitattanang muhutta mapi pujaye sayeva pujana seyyo yang ve vassa satang hutang.
Better than 100 years in the forest tending a ritual fire is one moment's homage offered to one who has cultivated himself.
Yang kinci yittang ca hutang ca loke sangvacca චරං යජේත පුඤ්ඤ පෙක්ඛෝ සබ්බම්පි තං චතු භාගමීති අභිවාදනා උජ්ජුගතේසු සෙය්‍යෝ.
Whatever sacrifice or offering a merit seeker might perform in an entire year is not worth 1/4 as much as expressing respect to those who are upright.
Abhivadana silissa niccang vaddhapacāino cattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang.
For the person who shows respect and always reveres worthy people, 4 things increase: lifespan,
yoce vassa satang jive dussilo asamahito ekahang jivitang seyyo silavantassa jhaino.
better than 100 years lived with an unsettled mind, devoid of virtue, is one day lived virtuous and absorbed in meditation.
Yoce vassa satang jive duppanyo asamahito ekahang jivitang seyyo paññāvantassa jhāyino.
Better than 100 years lived with an unsettled mind, devoid of insight, is one day lived with insight and absorbed in meditation.
Yoce vassa satang jive kusito hina viriyo ekahang jivitang seyyo viriyamara bhatu dalhang.
Better than 100 years lived lazily and lacking in effort is one day lived with vigor and exertion.
Yoce vassa satang jive apasang udayauvyayang ekahang jivitang seyyo passato udayauvyayang.
Better than 100 years lived without seeing the arising and passing of things is one day lived seeing their arising and passing.
Yoce vassa satang jive apasang amatang padang ekahang jivitang seyyo passato amatang padang.
Better than 100 years lived without seeing the deathless is one day lived seeing the deathless.
Yoce vassa satang jive apasang dhamma muttamang ekahang jivitang seyyo passato dhamma muttamang.
Better than 100 years lived without seeing the ultimate Dharma is one day lived seeing the ultimate Dharma.
End of Sahasravaggo.